chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. This intimacy between you and the narcissist involved in your life. This was the way, part of the reason how they were able to infiltrate your life. Okay. And I'm sure that many of you can see a pattern of, if you've been in romantic relationships with narcissists involved in your life, then you'll be able to see a pattern that this is how they kind of got control, right? And this is how they kind of took over your life, right? There's many people nowadays practicing things like semen retention, and for men, and guarding their sexual energy, and some women are also doing this as well, guarding your sexual energy. Okay, look, let's be real. Look, you've been there and done it. You've been there, done it. There's something that occurs after narcissistic abuse as well, and it may exist in some of you. Some of you may be past that point. It's feeling like there's a rush that it's been X amount of time since you've been with someone, and you need to be with someone soon. And that this thing, right? This is what lands you with weirdos, right? I can understand you being in that place of feeling like you need to meet someone soon and all of that. I can understand you being in that mind state, but you've got to look at the pattern of your life and see where that type of mindset has got you. I'm not knocking you for having it. It's a shame that this world that we live in doesn't have authentic people all around, and people can have genuine relationships. But these narcissists are using intimacy to gain leverage and to gain control. Okay, this is how they infiltrate your life, and this is very spiritual, right? Spiritually, among various groups of religions and spiritual practices and stuff like that, they view being chaste or celibate or practicing semen retention as a state of purity, right? It's a state of purity, not engaging with it. And this is why you have like these Jezebel spirits, and Jezebel spirits becoming the man and the woman, right? It's not just a woman. It's always associated with a woman, but the Jezebel spirit can affect a man as well, right? And if you look in the story of Samson and Delilah, where he lost his power when they cut his hair, that's symbolic of, that was his weakness, was the woman. You see, his weakness was the woman, and it makes you lose your power, right? It makes you lose your power. And it's the same for a woman as well, because this is your life force, right? Your eggs in a woman and the sperm in a man is enough to create a life, right? So the point that I'm making is what you can learn from this experience that you go through. When you encounter someone like a narcissist in your life, or a sociopath or a psychopath, you encounter someone like that in your life, I'm not telling you to just avoid people and stuff. I'm just saying God's showing you something. There's more to this, If you go through life, not just rushing in with people, settling for people, rushing into things. Focus on your own life and what you can build for your own life, right? And this is part of the creation process, because this sexual energy you have is something, it's a life force energy that could create a human. So when you channel that energy within, you'll transmute that energy into other areas of your life, right? You'll be able to utilize this energy, this sexual energy, in other areas of your life and your work and everything else. And also, you're not just letting anybody and anyone in your life. You've seen how this turns out now. I'm sure of it. You've seen how it's turned out now with this narcissist involved in your life, right? When you let people into your life easily, and it's not necessarily putting all these boundaries or guards up, like, it's in some ways, but it's not really that. It's just detaching from that emotional transition that happens from inside yourself, where when you go with someone, right? It doesn't have to be intimately, but even connecting with someone, it's about holding yourself to your own, right? I think the God of the universe is trying to teach you something about the power that you hold within, right? You hold a significant power, and not just sexual energy, but also yourself. And these narcissists are coming along, and they're infiltrating that and channeling your energy towards themselves, right? It builds them up. They get, they get such an inflated sense of self. They begin, looking down at you in some cases, right? You build them up so highly, they're in a bad place, and they basically use your energy towards them. So this is why I think that, you know, let's say, yeah, channeling this energy, you just gotta be careful with these people out there. You just gotta be careful with these people out there. They're weirdos. They're complete weirdos. They're these narcissists out there that are involved in your life and all that, and other potential ones. They're completely deranged. And this is the main way of how they're infiltrating their lives. They're portraying themselves as romantic partners. Um, they're portraying themselves as empaths. They're doing these things to get you in their life, right? And it's about harvesting your sexual energy. You see, sometimes narcissists will even drain you sexual energy. So you're always constantly in a brain fog. You're always in a brain fog. They'll drain your sexual energy, right? So you're always in a brain fog. Then they have control over you sexually as well, right? So it's very messed up. So this is why, there are various religions and spiritual groups and stuff like that practice celibacy or semen retention, right? They practice this, and for women as well, being chaste, and is it chaste? Being, guarding their sexual energy as well for women, doing these things. I think this is what it's about. I think this is what it's about, because there's a lot of toxic relationships out there. If you find a good relationship, you're very fortunate. But I think that, not times are changing. People, although sometimes people like, I think that you can have relationships later on in life. There's not so much of a rush. That I think that, especially after you've already been through what you've been through, I think it's like the best, wisest strategy is to actually spend some period of time alone, because it's about rebuilding after that experience you've had. It's literally about rebuilding yourself. You have to rebuild yourself after that narcissistic abusive experience, and the best way to do that is by yourself. So if you guard your sexual energy and you do come across someone in your path, you can just hold your heart to your own. I think it's about holding your heart to yourself. It sounds selfish, but I think this is what you've got to do. You can still be kind and stuff with holding your heart to yourself. This is what I think it is. And not just rushing into a romantic relationship with someone, not just being intimate with someone too quickly. This is very important. Not like, I think it's very important. You haven't got the time to meet another narcissist. You really don't have the time to meet another narcissist. It's very draining. You there's no time for that. You've already been through that experience with a narcissist involved in your life already. You haven't got time to go through that again. So I think it's just about changing your angle, about how you approach things. I can understand that when you was younger, maybe you this is something that you wouldn't have done, right? But it's a very wise choice to guard your sexual energy. It is sacred. It will bring you closer to God. And I'm not saying that being intimate is a bad thing or a sin or something like that, but I'm saying with the wrong people, it's not. Everything's intention, and their intentions are not pure in those intimate moments. They're messed up. They're deranged. They're evil. They're draining your energy. They're messed up in the head. You know, it's like a devil or a demon. You know, that's what they are. They're messed up. That's why you haven't got time to be meeting these people again in life. So take your time. There's no rush. Please, none of you, I should have emphasized this more as well. Please, none of you feel the pressure. I don't know if this will affect you, but you feel a pressure that you haven't had a romantic partner in a period of time. Don't feel that pressure. That's BS, right? I can understand you feeling it, feeling that you have been alone for this period of time, so it's bad, and I can understand you thinking like that, but it's not. It's not. Taking your time away, being selective, you know, raising the bar of who you even let in your life. This is what it's about. You've already let in the trash, right? You let in the trash, you know, that was masquerading with artificial light, making themselves seem appealing. Seriously. It's no time for letting anyone else in now. So guard your sexual energy. Look into guarding your sexual energy. There's numerous health benefits, right? You'll get more mental clarity as well. And this is a good. You're not gonna let dodgy people into your life, right? Not too soon. This is what it's about. You can really rebuild yourself through this process. So anyway, I'll be back on a video soon. Peace.